We've traveled for a couple of months now and we've figured out that actually you might not need to go to the most famous restaurants to have really good food. So in Taiwan, we're going to try something called Eat Your Neighborhood, where we go around to our local restaurants around our Airbnb and try out the food there. So tonight's dinner, dumplings. That's eaten. This one is takeaway. Not much soup. What's really unusual, but it seems like they don't put ginger in the Xiaolongbao. They put it as a side. Soy sauce and ginger. All you need. It's like the boiled one, but fried. With the chili. Is it spicy? A little bit, but it's also really fragrant. Garlicky. Oh, it is a bit spicy after a while. It was really good. I like the combination of the ginger and the soy sauce together. There wasn't much soup, but it was surprisingly really satisfying.
Very hearty and really nice homemade kind of feeling.
I would actually come back. It was really good. I would recommend it. Off to a good start with the first restaurant we went to. Let's see what else tomorrow has to offer. Part 2 of Eat Your Neighborhood Tainan, and it's the same night as the first night. There was tofu jelly and I wanted some. So we got tofu jelly.
Okay, go first.
Tofu jelly. It's really good. It's a beanie flavor, but not a grassy flavor. I think it's a little bitter, but the sugar syrup makes it good.
It's a lot firmer than I thought.
I don't mind that at all. Today we're having noodles at a noodle restaurant that's on the main road, but it's pretty close to where we're staying. I'm really hungry. That's good. Free soy milk and free tea. I'm trying the sesame noodles. It smells really good. It's basically like a tahini sesame paste with some live cup noodles and some cucumber and bean sprouts. The noodles are nice and chewy. It's a little salty. There's no sweetness to speak of, but it's nutty. It's hot. I like it. I'm gonna add some chili in there. Is that enough chili? Maybe not. Let's try it. The chili oil is really fragrant. It's better with the chili.
My choice is the beef soup with dumplings. I'll try the soup first. Ooh, it's nice and beefy. It's really light in flavor and it's not fatty at all. It tastes like something that you drink when you have a cold in the winter. I want to try the dumplings now. It's a pork dumpling.
It's really flavorful.
It's got some chives, garlic, and definitely ginger in there. It's probably one of the most flavorful dumplings I've had, honestly, in a long time. Look at this nice, thick slab of beef. Already it feels really tender on the chopstick. Let's try. It's so soft, but it doesn't feel tenderized. All the flavor is sealed up in there. Overall, just a really nice combination of flavors, textures, and ingredients inside the soup. Recommend, highly recommend. I will have the beef roll now. It's so big. The pancake is quite thick, but it's not doughy at all. It's nicely. Unfortunately, the slice of beef is really thin, so you don't get a lot of it. But the cabbage adds a nice crunch. Overall, there's a lot of nice textures inside this. Unfortunately, it's a little cold now, but it's still really good. It would be even better with some chili though, I think. Just a little spicier makes it punchy.
I'm gonna try the sweet pancakes now. I think the sugar and the peanuts really makes it work. It's a good combination.
Favorite thing straight up was the dumpling.
The dumpling.
Would just recommend getting a bowl of steamed dumplings.
I mean, the dumpling by itself was good, but having them in the beef soup as well, just that combination of beef soup with the dumplings is super good.
I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. Go for the dumplings, maybe get a side of vegetables, and go for the free flow soy milk.
And try not to order too much.
That's a lot of food. Damn, it is a lot of food. That was an embarrassing amount of food, and we ate most of it. We are here at a very famous restaurant which sells milkfish soup for breakfast, and it's packed. It's super busy.
It's a weekday and it's still really busy. It's crazy. It sells out, so if you want to try this local specialty, come in quickly. Let's try the soup first.
It's super gingery and like super fishy, but in that sort of light, clear fish broth kind of way. The fat from the fish.
There is a lot of fat, but since it's fish fat, it's really light.
That's so good. It's so flavorful.
That's really satisfying.
Let's try the fish. That's such a good texture.
It's so tender. There's like a layer of fat coating one side of it. You still need to chew, almost like a tender chicken, but it's not dry or overcooked or anything.
I don't think it's one of those really soft fish, but it's quite fatty and it's still quite soft, so it's good.
Let's try the fish skin. Cheers. That's really soft. It breaks apart in your mouth. It's not chewy like some fish skin that we eat.
It's also not too fatty. I expected it to be really strong with the sort of oily flavor, but it's not.
It tastes very healthy.
It does.
Let's try the rice.
I'm so keen for the rice. Oh my gosh. The fat just melts. So tender and so flavorful.
This is the kind of fat where you know it's not healthy.
But it's so good. I've never had fat which you don't really have to chew. It's literally just melts. That is so good. I could order another one. Let's not though. Let's not.
The best way to eat this, dip some fish into the soy sauce, add a slice of ginger. So good.
That was so good. Personally, I would recommend sharing the soup and maybe ordering your own rice.
It looks like that's what a lot of other tables did. They all ordered one rice each and just one bowl of soup between three of them.
2 or 3 people.
And also a lot of people ordered the deep fried fish in noodle soup, and that seems to be quite a popular dish too.
Let's see what else in the neighborhood we can eat.
Not now though. On this round of Eat Your Neighborhood,
we're having noodles. So we got some recommendations from one of the lovely ladies who works here. She speaks a bit of English. She recommended this one. She said that this one was the best.
we're also gonna get sesame oil egg, and we're gonna get the half-cooked one.
Thank you.
We're gonna drink the fish skin soup first.
Oh
my gosh. I think this is the fishy flavor, but more the ginger flavor, and it's just really clean. It seems like the other one added the ginger as a topping, but this one they definitely cooked the ginger into the soup. Try the skin. This Huawei seems to have egg yolk and either mushrooms or century egg. The person here grows their own rice.
This one. And they also grow pomelo. So the rice that they grow, you can actually buy it on the counter there, but they also use the rice in this one.
So we have some sort of a soy sauce syrup.
And I believe this is garlic.
miso too. Oh, it is. Oh, yes. Give it a go.
It's very smooth. It's almost like a pudding. There's a lot of flavor to it. It's really nice. The sauce is nice, but the garlic on top is a little spicy and a little pungent, but not like too strong. The cake itself, like the rice bit, is not too delicious.
This one is the noodle soup. It has the flavor of the crab cake, the surimi. You can mostly taste the surimi and the fried noodles. Yeah.
Maybe they use like a cake of pre-fried noodles, but it's dried out and then cook it into there. So it's one of those ones which has a thick texture.
Let's try the noodles.
They don't make it in the store, but I mean the texture is nice.
We also got a sesame oil egg.
They're so friendly there, and the food is genuinely good enough that the milkfish soup I think rivals the one that we went to yesterday, the really famous one.
That was really filling.
That was an amazing experience.
It's time for another round of Eat Your Neighborhood. For dinner,
we're having noodles. This is an unnamed spot. It's pretty much in an alleyway, and it's just a stand and a few tables. According to Google, this one has been open for about 30 years, maybe more. So I'm quite keen to check it out.
it seems that for this one, you pick the things that you want, and then they'll chop it up and cook it really quickly in a braising liquid. What's referred to as a master stock.
We picked our dishes. We haven't paid yet, so we'll see how that goes too.
I heard that this lady has a really, really good memory, so I expect that she'll be able to tell us how much it is once we're done. Wow. A lot of people in the comment section of Google Maps recommended that the dry noodles are the best things here. So we got one sesame dry noodle and mustard greens and pork dry noodle.
Let's try the soup first. It's like spring onions and a little bit like MSG.
Like celery or carrots.
No, celery. That's the one. We're gonna start off with side dishes. So first, tofu. You think it's liver or something?
The giblets.
Giblets? It's quite chewy. The last one is the seaweed. Tastes a little bit like soy sauce.
I'm gonna try the pork and mustard green noodles. It's really quite greasy, but that's what makes it really good. It's like savory, porky, and then you get the sudden sour saltiness from the mustard greens, and it cuts through the grease. You can definitely eat a lot of this and really easily too.
I have the sesame noodles in front of me. Let's try it. It's quite creamy. The sesame flavor is not as strong as I thought it would be. It has a good pork fat meat flavor balancing with the sesame. I actually really like this one. The noodle's not quite chewy, it's more soft. It goes really well with the bean sprouts. It gives you a crunch.
I put more of the chili jam and the chili oil in here because I really feel like having something spicier. Let's try it. Spicy is really good, but they both have different flavors. The jam is a little sweet and the other one is a little toasty and a bit spicier. So combining them together is really good.
I think what makes these dishes amazing is the chives. Like, I don't know how, but they managed to make them so sweet. Done.
Wow, this place was unbelievably satisfying.
The pork flavor is so strong in each of the dishes. The meat, the pieces of the pork fat, and if you put chili and everything, it's just so much better.
This place is very simple dishes, but they're done really, really well. Okay, time for the next round.
Here on Eat Your Neighborhood, I believe this is our last restaurant. This place is famous for bakwan, which is that glutinous rice dumpling. This one is in oil rather than steamed, which means it's pretty much deep fried. But there are a couple other specialties that this shop is allegedly famous for. The mochi here is also really good. So we're here to have breakfast, trying out the luo fun, the bakwan, some vegetables, and some mochi too.
Smells so good. Let's start with something light. The vegetables. I think this is spinach.
It's just really quickly blanched. Then they top it up with soy sauce and some garlic.
And it looks like they also put some of the pork fat from the top of the lu rohan as well. Next is the beloved lu rohan.
The fat is so melty.
I think this is the softest one yet.
It's quite sweet and quite savory.
I don't mind just eating it like this. I don't even need a soup or a side to eat it with. We have oil cooked bakwan.
Not oil cooked, it's just kept.
Oil insulated bakwan. The sauce is really sweet. All the garlic is at the top.
I think compared to the steamed one, which is more soft, the skin is softer and more melty. This one is really chewy.
But something about the sauce is really good too.
It's really savory and sweet at the same time. I liked it more than I thought I would. It's really, really different to a steamed bakwan.
Even though the skin is quite thick, I don't mind.
Because when it's in the sauce, it's really good.
Which one are you gonna try?
I think it's the peanut.
Okay,
The texture is so soft. But it's quite squishy, I think. It's really soft, but there's still a bit of a chew to it. Sometimes if it's not cooked through enough, you could taste the rice flour.
I think the skin is quite thick. And there's not as much filling as I hoped there would be.
But the filling is nice. Peanuts and sugar. It's the red bean one. It's a very smooth taste. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be, because sometimes red bean tastes really, really sweet.
This one's really fragrant, the red bean. There's definitely a lot more filling than this one.
I think this one's the black sesame. It's got a mix of peanuts and black sesame. It's a little more bitter because the sesame is a bit roasty.
It's not as sweet as I thought it would be. I thought it would be more like a paste. The last one, the custard.
This one's the one that's most popular on Google reviews. The milkiness is really good. It's a little bit sweet, a bit like vanilla. The coconut goes well with it too. Rather than a custard, it's more like a milk paste which dissolves in the mouth like icing sugar. It's interesting, it's really good. Which one did you like more?
The custard one.
I think the custard one, yeah.
It was good.
It was. Everything that we looked up in the neighborhood has been better than I expected it to be. It kind of goes to show that you don't need to go out of your way to get good food in Tainan. And since we didn't go, we don't actually know how good the famous ones are.
But if locals are happy with these recommendations, then so are we.
That has been Eat Your Neighborhood in Tainan. We're located north of Tainan Station and around the Kaiyuan area, so that was where we did most of our eating. But I highly recommend that if you're in any Taiwanese city, you go check out your neighborhood on Google Maps and actually eat what they offer.
Anyway, that's all for now.
As per usual, all the restaurants that we ate in this video will be listed in our article, which I will link in the description below.
As to where we are now, follow us on Instagram at TwinspeakEatGo. We'll see you next time
In the next neighborhood.